What is up, everybody, and welcome back to a new video. For today's video we have Wukong in the jungle. Now this is on the latest patch that did come at 2.3c, where he did receive certain buffs to his first ability and his second ability, his clone. And again, he will be receiving a buff to his first ability, and honestly they're doing it because they want him to be more viable in the Baron lane, as I read on the patch notes or saw in the patch notes, is because they want him to be a bit more viable in the Baron lane. So they're going to give him more heal on the first ability from 30% to 80%, which is huge. And I honestly think it's a great. But if we're talking about Baron lane, you know, the legends that are dominating the Baron lane, and then the individuals that main in the Baron lane, you know, there's certain components that really players are looking at. That, as Aurelia right here, I had no idea she was gonna go all in. You know, we do waste our flash because I'm thinking, okay, if she doesn't finish him off, I can just pop my ultimate. But Aurelia in the early game is just really good and really difficult to deal with. But like I was mentioning, you know, they're giving him another buff in the new update that will be coming in 2 to 3 days, depending. As right here we do rotate up, and Rengar does manage to pick up a double kill, but we do manage to pick him off, and maybe we can pick up a double kill here on Miss Fortune. Alright, so it's even. Both jungles got a double kill, but Aurelia did manage to pick him off early in the game in the mid lane, so that's always nice. But yeah, if we're talking about, you know, Baron lane, right, they want to make Wukong more viable in the Baron lane. And personally, I don't think that buff, only one buff, is gonna make him more viable in the Baron lane. You know, again, I don't play the Baron lane, I don't main it, but just from observation, right, like noticing what dominates the Baron lane, it's just two key components, which is damage and then outplay mechanics. You know, characters that you can outplay your opponent with, you know, Camille, or even you know, Fiora. But at the end of the day, right, Fiora, Darius, Garen, all these guys have just insane damage output in the early game all the way to the late game. And if you're, I just don't know, I don't see Wukong being a Baron pick, you know, somebody that they're gonna lock in, somebody that they're gonna turn to. Like, he has great team fight potential, and he is great in a team fight, but his damage output is just, it's not there yet, you know. And just that buff to his first ability, I honestly don't know if it will be enough for people to look at him and be like, oh, you know what, yeah, Wukong would definitely be my next go-to in the Baron lane, unless, you know, they just nerf Garen out of the way where he's just non-viable, or they nerf even, you know, Fiora some more, or anybody some more like that, where they look at Wukong like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna play Wukong. But then again, that's just my opinion. You know, I again, you know, I don't play Baron lane, I don't main it. This is just from observation from my games and noticing what dominates the Baron lane. You know, Garen right now is just unbelievable in the Baron lane. Fiora as well, if they're really good at it. But I guess enough of, you know, Wukong. You know, he's a solid character overall, and he's a lot of fun to play. So now let's just get into the gameplay a bit. You know, as right here we do pick up the Rift Herald. We're trying to pick up the Rift Herald, but like I was talking about, you know, look how slow and look how long it takes me to pick up the Rift Herald. Like, if this was Rengar, you know, his enhanced Q, 2-3 enhanced Qs, you would have definitely got it by now. But with Wukong, you know, you gotta spam your clones, spam your third ability, spam your first ability, and it literally would take you about a minute, you know, 40 seconds maybe to a minute, or even 30 seconds to 40 seconds to get it, because his damage output just isn't there, you know. But overall, man, he's a solid and a great character to play, especially if you're in higher elo. I guess, you know, people understand the game a lot more. People you know, they select champions to play around a little bit better. As right here, a huge team fight breaks out. We do get picked off, but Aurelia manages to pick up a double kill. And this game in particular, man, this game was just action-packed. Like, from beginning to end, it was just action-packed. Every single dragon, there was a team fight. And Tristana right here, I have no idea what she was thinking. Like, I noticed Rengar, but she just continues to walk in. I was like, okay, if I saw her, you know, she definitely saw Rengar as well, but I guess that wasn't the case and nearly got picked off right there, you know, one shot. As Pantheon right here does manage to pick off Tristana, and we just pop ultimate, maybe we can pick off Pantheon, and we do. And then Aurelia gets a double kill on Rengar. Picks up a triple kill, and so right here we just go for the dragon immediately. But yeah, these type of games in general, man, these games are the most enjoyable, fun games I think that you can find, especially when your team and the enemy's team are both playing really, really well. Like, everybody on my team, they were doing really well. You know, they got kills in the early game. They got core items, especially their team. You know, Garen was core item. Rengar was doing really well. Zed got some good kills. As right here, Malphite pops his ultimate, so we pop our ultimate. We pick up Zed. Like I said, man, just look at Garen, man. Like, look how hard it is to kill him. You know, we do manage to kill him, but he's just a tough character, man. Like a super unbalanced character. Now, I wouldn't say unbalanced, but just as he just ultimates Malphite right there. I mean, you could say super unbalanced, you know, if you want to be honest. And right here, we do get picked off, but Yasuo, the Beyblade man, quick fingers, manages to pick up a triple kill. Good Yasuo players are always fun to watch, man. They're really entertaining. And right here, you know, if you're wondering how this game went so long, well, this is kind of like, this was one of the main reasons. As you can see, like, it was just positioning wise, our team just got a little bit too carried away, you know, ending in the mid game to late game. As right here, look, Malphite got picked off, and then Tristana got picked off. We were like, and then we immediately in a 5 versus 4 with the Pantheon and Garen. I'm like, you know, it's pretty hard to do things at this point, but the Inferno Dragon is up, so I'm trying my best. I'm trying to do the best I can to try and annoy them. But look at this. I mean, Pantheon just ultimates in. Zed is just holding us off. Garen is just... We do manage to pick up Pantheon right here and try to make our way, but it's a bit too late. As right here, we smite Garen just to slow him down a bit. Maybe we can pick him off. Or we do manage to pick him off as Zed comes in. We have our ultimate right here, but so we pop our ultimate. We did pick up Zed, but Misfortune's ultimate does manage to pick up Yasuo. But we do get the kill on Rengar. So all in all, man, like, this game was just action-packed from beginning to the end. You know, we got 2 dragons, but they did pick up the Inferno Dragon. And right here, Malphite was just typing in the chat. He was like, please come. Yeah, I remember it. He was just like, please come, and he was pinging it. And then Aurelia, like, I don't understand why AD carries do that. Like, there's many games where I'm playing, I'm like, we're here together, you know, everything, but then the AD carry is somehow always split off. And if you play AD carry, I mean, I wouldn't mind if you could just, you know, type in the chat of like what, or type in the comments down below of like what exactly, you know, was the plan, is the plan, so people can play around you. But that honestly happens a lot with AD carries for some reason, man. As right here again, like I was saying, you know, the game went on almost half an hour because we were just getting caught. You know, we were getting, like, everybody was just separated. Everybody was here, was there, you know, getting picked off one by one. I mean, look, Tristana, you know, while all of that was happening, she wasn't even with us. And check out this team fight right here. I mean, not team fight, this solo fight that me and Pantheon have. Just a bunch of 2 tank characters going back at it. I mean, just look at the damage output we have on each other. We both have red buff as well. Look at that. man, we do manage to pick him off. But man, that team fight was a little bit too long. But Yasuo did split push, and he did manage to pick up the third tier 3 tower. So good job, but Yasuo right there. And I'm just trying to push. So I clone away, trying to get the top lane right here pushing. But like I said, you know, these games are, you know, super fun and super enjoyable. As right here, Rengar does chase us down, but we do have a second ultimate, so we pop it as Yasuo comes in, and he ultimates Rengar, and we do manage to pick him off. Rengar right there just threw the game, and the Elder Dragon does spawn up. So I was like, okay, this is just, and Garen is in the bottom lane, so we were like, okay, we can definitely get this easily. You know, their jungler is gone, so we can definitely pick it off. But yeah, man, 30 minutes of gameplay though, this is just insane. But it was a lot of fun. You know, we did really well in the early game, and then leading into the late game, we were super tanky. We were able to help the team a lot. And right here, we pop an ultimate. Maybe we can pick somebody off, but Aurelia does get picked off. Man, and Yasuo is split pushing in the mid. Maybe he can get the second tier 3 tower. If he does, that would set our team up. Oh, yes, and he does. That just sets our team up fantastically. As Garen is back, but I'm telling him to back out. But again, like I said, you know, we were just getting caught. We were just getting too cocky. We were pushing, and the Baron is up. I was like, man, we need to get this Baron. You know, I'm like, if we get the Baron, we have 2 tier 3 towers. So I'm like, we can definitely win the game. Just we got to secure the Baron. As Tristana is up. Like I said, you know, it is a 5 versus 3, so I'm just pinging to my chat. I'm like, just group for Baron, you know, group for Baron. Let's just wait for Baron. As right here, Rengar does get caught again. He was just probably face checking it, so we do manage to pick him off. But again, like, look at just Tristana, you know, getting caught, man. Just insane. And then, I don't know if we do die here. We pop a second part of our ultimate. Aurelia is up. In this game in particular, we did go for the Proto Belt because we wanted to be able to sustain long. It was between the Proto Belt and the Stasis, but I felt the Proto Belt might have been a little bit better because I was quite tanky already. So what I could do was Proto Belt in, ultimate, clone out, and then ultimate again, and that would have definitely helped it with team fights more. And again, right here, like we just split push, you know, we just tried to get the win, which was really bad. We should have just grouped up at the Baron. But like I said, yo, we're making mistakes like this throughout the entire game as Aurelia gets picked off. And then right here, like I said, again, you know, we were just getting picked off one by one. I tried to dash in, but then at this point, like, everybody's fed, right? Everybody's got gold, everybody's got the items. And the only way we're going to win is if we actually play as a team, if we just, you know, stick together. Because in terms of team fight, we do have the better team. You know, we got Malphite ultimate, we have my ultimate, and then we have Yasuo's ultimate. And right here, like, we're just dead, and I believe they are going for the Baron, and they do go for the Baron as Aurelia is right here. Maybe she tries to make a play, try to steal it. Let's see what she tries to do. She can dash in, but oh, Rengar didn't even smite it. She did manage to pick up the kill on Rengar, but they get the Baron buff. As right here I respawn, and I'm just typing in the chat again. I'm like, okay, wait for the Baron buff to run out, because if we were to engage in a fight, or one of us were to get caught, or 2 of us were to get caught, that would have been game over immediately, because they got the Baron buff. It's late game, like, it would just, we would have lost right away, right? So I was just typing in my chat, letting them know. I'm like, just wait for the Baron buff to run out, and then engage in a fight, because we can definitely win in a fight. And right here, Rengar, you know, mistake again. He's just running right by us, and we met Malphite does a great job. And I didn't want to use my ultimate. I wanted to wait for a better positioning ultimate. As right here, we do manage to pick up Rengar and Garrett and Zed. And the Baron isn't up yet, so there isn't any objective to get. So like, okay, you know, let's just try and end the game. It is in a 5 versus 2 situation. But Miss Fortune, you know, she just pops an ultimate, and then she clears a minion wave, and Pantheon just ultimates in. And again, you know, we're just getting caught. You know, Yasuo gets picked off, and again, you know, late game, everybody's got their items. Miss Fortune does damage now. You know, everybody's doing damage, man. Again, you know, just mistakes after mistakes, man. Which really sucks. So the Baron is up in 20. And right here, we're just lurking around it, you know, typing in the chat again. I'm like, okay, let's just group around Baron, group around Baron. So we do manage right here to get good positioning on the Baron. So I believe, okay, Rengar does jump in, but we do manage to outsmite him, man. Those moments are scary. We Protobet out. Dash out. We have the Baron buff, so right here we're just trying to survive. I pop a second part of my ultimate, and my Guardian's Angel does come back right in time. So right here I noticed it, so I'm like, okay, we can definitely try to create something. As Aurelia dashes in, so we dash in, and we do manage to pick up a kill on Rengar, and then Pantheon's Guardian's Angel gets popped, and then we pick up another kill on Pantheon. And right here I was just splitting off to go with this lane, mainly because I was like, okay, I want to secure this win now. Like, okay, let's just try win this game right now. But the mid lane is pushing as well, so there really was no need for me to split off like that. But I was just like so anxious and nervous. I was like, okay, we need to secure this win, man. I mean, in total it was 40-80, 47-41. It was 88 kills in total this entire game. 29 minutes. I mean, look at that. Like, almost 50k damage, nearly 50k damage. This game was insane, man. I hope you enjoyed.